Thanks all for waiting.
Do you want me to have them wait now?
1 minute early. They're funny. I'll text Jill and tell him to mention us.
Peter, that's the benefit of being the senior retired member of the crew here.
Pleasure to be here, sir.
Glad you're here. Yeah, I understand Lori Brandon's on her way, and she expects to be here any moment, so we're going to maybe just hold off starting just for a minute or two to see if she's able to make it.
Just so you know, I started streaming.
Okay. I'll give her one more minute. Did you see her?
I think so. I think so.
Oh, here she is. Okay. Good evening, everybody. It is September 16th. It's 5:30 p.m. And this is the second public hearing on the millage rate and the budget for fiscal year 21-22. Mary Ann, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Diandra,
Here?
Vice Mayor Stone,
Here.
Councilmember Brandon,
Here.
Councilmember Prince, Councilmember Young.
Here.
Okay. Can I have a motion, please, to approve this evening's agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous, 4-0. Do we have anybody that wants to speak to something other than what's on the agenda this evening?
I have Harrison Vaughn that would like to speak on the budget.
Okay, all right, so we'll open it up for comment on the budget here in just a
So
moment.
this is your public budget hearing, really, public comments should be limited to the topics on the agenda and
Okay.
not any off-topic matters for this particular meeting.
Okay, thank you, Keith. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is the budget hearing. Mr. Allen, I'm going to turn this over to you to give us a brief summary. We've obviously discussed all of this in detail previously, but we'll go through a summary once more.
All right, Mayor, members of council, the proposed millage rate is 6.629 mils. Proposed operating millage rate necessary to fund the budget is 4.41% greater than the rollback rate of 6.3492 mils. The purpose for which the ad valorem tax increase are to fund increase in payroll expenses and other operating costs related to provisions of public safety, public works, parks and recreation, and general government services. The tentative budget is included in your packet and has been properly advertised. This is the second budget hearing. I can take any direction from council regarding the 21-22 budget.
Okay. This being a public hearing, I'm going to open it first to public comment. Mr. Vaughn, I believe you indicated you wanted to speak. Please come forward, give us your full name, your address, and you have 3 minutes, sir.
Hello, everyone. Harrison Vaughn, 200 River Drive. Nice to see most of you again. I'm here to comment on the upcoming budget, specifically the notice of proposed tax increase and the increase on property tax levy. So I'm thankful our financial situation appears to be improving. We've certainly come a long way from the village pulling from reserves to meet normal operating expenses a few years ago. Restructuring the building permit revenue, as well as COVID relief money paid to the village, along with a reduction in recreational activity expenses and event costs, have certainly been helpful in replenishing our budget. I'm also thankful we've gotten back to having community events and showing support for our first responders, who were crucial in carrying us through the last year. The Heroes Work Here signs, the chili cook-off, the events held to honor firefighters and first responders last week, are all welcomed back by the community and some of what makes this village a special place. I ask you to consider these things when reviewing our budget, along with the way that we currently spend money and the upcoming expenses the village will face. Our fire department, for example, has one of the lowest base compensation rates, along with one of the lowest top-out compensation rates of any municipality, or the 10 nearest, rather, near us. We have equipment that's well past its useful life expectancy and will cost millions of dollars to replace. We also pay a significantly higher percentage to our local municipality than our nearest neighbor, Jupiter. I ask the council to decide what your priorities are and what the best use of our funds as a village is. I'm certainly not in favor of an increased tax levy. Definitely not in favor of increasing the tax levy without addressing some of the pressing issues at hand. I think it's worth considering whether partnering with Palm Beach County would save some of this money without having to increase taxes. I think we're heading to a place where year after year we've increased taxes. Our compensation is the lowest of near municipalities, and we need to do everything that we can to better manage our financial assets that we currently have before we ask for more. So that's all I have on that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Would anybody else like to speak to this issue? Okay, in that case, it's closed to the public. It's now open to the council for discussion. Lori, would you like to start?
I'm still not in favor of that new position. I'd like to see it rediscussed and structured differently. So one, it's more efficient and focused on what it needs to be actually used for. And that's where I am right now.
Okay, and I think we, in the last hearing, we passed the budget as it was, but we said we would be open to having some further discussion on that as we go forward, so I think
I'm holding everyone to it.
That's definitely on the table. Molly?
Yeah, I have no comments. I would agree, the last meeting, I think we should have it on the next workshop and really hone in on that position and what it means going forward, and if we want to go through it.
Well, the next workshop is going to focus on parks, so that's probably the right place to have that conversation. Kyle?
I have nothing to add other than what they've already said.
Okay, so I don't either, so the resolution, Keith, would you like to read the resolution for us?
Sure, we have two resolutions. The first will be for adopting the final millage rate, and that is Resolution 4821, a resolution of the Village Council of the Village of Tequesta, Florida, adopting the final millage rate for the levying of ad valorem taxes for the Village of Tequesta for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2021, ending September 30, 2022, providing effective date and for other purposes.
Okay. You have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve as is.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous, 4-0. Okay, moving on to item number 3. This is the adoption of the budget itself. Again, I'm going to, even though we opened it up for public comment earlier, again, I'm going to open it up again. Any further comments on the budget itself? Okay, seeing none from the public, any further discussion from the council? Lori? Molly? Kyle? No? Okay, it's closed to the council. May I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous, it's approved 4-0. Okay, that is the end of our agenda for this evening. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I just have one comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I was thinking, planning ahead for next year, with the millage rate and everything, we've been building back up the reserves, and we have one more year of doing that, and we should be where we want to be. I would like to suggest, and I've talked to Jeremy about this, maybe add it as a strategic initiative to that plan, so we have a tool to track it of maybe coming up with ideas to be able to, decrease, roll back the rate next year.
Okay, all right. Well, as you know, we're not increasing the millage rate, it's remaining obviously the same, and it has over the last couple of years. But I understand what you're suggesting, if we can find
Roll back
efficiencies to see if it's possible to reduce it in the following year, and obviously that's something the council at that time can look at. All right. Listen, thank you very much, everybody. Did we get a final vote on the adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. If anybody would like to stay and speak with us afterwards,